How's it going, guys? I'm coming to you direct from quarantine because these are really weird times. No matter where you are in the world right now, the coronavirus has probably impacted you in some way. And I'm going to try to keep posting content on here. I am very thankful for the YouTube platform to be able to express educational content or just entertainment to anybody in the world. This is a really powerful tool, especially during a time like this. Now, let's get into the video. Today we're going to be checking out the Mars 400S HDMI and SDI wireless transmitter. So you'll see right here I've got my Canon 1DX Mark II with the transmitter, which I've just mounted onto the rear of the tripod plate, and it connects to the HDMI port. Now for the receiver, you've got plenty of options, but I have it just running HDMI into the 7-inch field world monitor. The links to everything you see in this video will be down in the description below. So let me briefly describe why you would want something like this for filmmaking, and then we'll go into a test and show you how it all works. So as you start to build up your filmmaking portfolio and you start working on bigger and bigger jobs, you're going to start working with more and more people. So when you're an independent filmmaker and you just work by yourself, which is how I and most people started, you don't really need to transmit the video signal from the back of your camera because you can just look at the back of your camera most of the time. So when you start working with more people, you have this whole group that wants to see the image live, and it doesn't really make sense to have them all crowd behind your little 3-inch screen on the back of your camera. Along with this, if you're mounting the camera on a place that's hard to reach, such as a drone, it's almost critical that you have a wireless video signal. I've reviewed a couple of wireless Wi-Fi video transmitters in the past, which they're pretty good, but they're not all that reliable, and they only work if you're in the range of the Wi-Fi. Now for this guy, it can go up to 400 feet, and not only does it do HDMI, but it also does SDI. I too was a little confused starting out, like why would you ever choose SDI over HDMI? Like HDMI is on all of my cameras. And that's true, SDI is really the standard for professional cinema cameras. So if you buy this, you are future-proofing yourself all the way down the road to when you buy a super expensive camera. I guess technically you don't have to buy one of those expensive cameras, you could also rent it, or simply if you just have this and show up to a set, you're a greater asset because you can just tell them, hey, let's use this device and we can all watch on a bigger screen if the camera's up to 400 feet away. Alright, now time for a test. So I'm going to turn on the camera, turn on the device, just like that. Boom, it's powering up. We go to the receiver, turn this guy on. Go to the monitor, turn this guy on, and here we have it, a fully wireless video signal. As you can see, this is the least delay I think I've seen on any of these video transmitters. This is pretty darn impressive. So on the device itself, you have several different options to choose from. It comes pre-paired, which is very convenient. We're on channel 2 right now, and it will tell you actually we are at 1080p 60 FPS, which is very nice to have. For powering this guy, you can either do DC in, or what I'm doing right now is using a Sony NP battery. Right here I have the MPF 550, and I will link to these batteries that I'm using down below as well. Build quality of this, along with all of Hollyland's products, is very well done. It's a solid unit. You don't have to fear about this ever malfunctioning, which is very good. Finally, another reason why you would want to use this wireless video transmitter is to give it to a focus puller. Now when you're using cinema lenses that don't have autofocus, you'll have somebody whose job it is to turn a little wheel, a little motor on here to spin the focus to make sure whatever you want to have in focus is in focus. So you can either have somebody crowding up around the camera and doing it manually, or using this system that can be up to 400 feet away, not even have to be in the same room, and do the job just like that. The tools that the Hollyland company produce really just make the whole filmmaking process much more streamlined, and it's at a much more affordable price than the super high-end competitors. That's going to wrap it up for this first video of quarantine. I hope you are all staying healthy Thank you for watching, and as always, don't forget to keep it pro.